video is to talk you through the Theatrical Critique Planning Quiz. Planning for your theatrical critique. This is the first assignment that is due within the Theatrical Critique project. It's due early on in your semester in Introduction to Theater. And the reason it's due early on is that I want you to plan ahead so that you have a show that A, fits your interests, and B, fits your bank account, and C, fits the assignment. So here's what you're doing. You need to, first, make sure you read the assignment, because everything we're doing is building up to this, so please do read that. And to complete this quiz, you need to research and select a live performance. So you need to see something in person, and you need to see something that you saw this semester. So something that you saw before the class started, it just doesn't count. I want these lessons to be fresh in your mind as you are watching the show. And that is the intent. When you are trying to decide whether a performance is going to meet this assignment, I want you to go back to Peter Brook's definition of theater to determine whether this is appropriate. But nothing you saw before the first day of class will count for this. So, first you have to find a performance. Let's take a look at this lesson. I really do not care where you see your show. You could go back to your old high school or your old elementary school or your church. Theater happens in many different spaces. But if you are at a loss and you just have no idea where to go, here are some local theaters that are producing theater that is with actors who live here, and sometimes they're generating new content, sometimes they're recreating what they've seen on Broadway. There's all sorts of options. So if you are looking for something to see, this is an excellent starting point. Central Florida Community Arts, you're going to get a lot of community performances, ensemble, company in residence at Imagine Performing Arts Center. This is closer to the Oviedo area. CFC Arts is closer to downtown. New Gen Theatricals is in the Fashion Square Mall. Orlando Shakespeare Theater is closer to Winter Park. It's Lock Haven Park. Osceola Arts is in Osceola. Orlando Family Stage also in Lock Haven Park. So Orlando Shakes and Family Stage are close. SAT Comedy Lab is right downtown. Seminole State, that is over near Seminole State College. We've got Theater South. We have Theater UCF. Theater West End is in Sanford. Valencia College Theater. This happens at our East Campus. So you've got a lot of options that are spread around Central Florida. If you need daytime theater, I'm going to recommend you see something intended for children. So you can find that at Orlando Shakes, and you can also find that at Orlando Family Stage. Okay, so you're going to find a play to watch. You're going to do your own research and look at your own life and look at your own budget. If you need to see something for free, I'm going to recommend the Valencia College plays. You can see Valencia College plays for free if you usher. So keep that in mind. So let's take a look at the quiz. All I'm asking you to do is really tell me what you're going to see. The reason we're doing this is I want to be able to give you feedback just in case the performance you found isn't going to meet the assignment requirements. Okay, so I'm going to give you some answers to questions in this video. So question number 1, while there is a hard deadline for your theatrical critique writing prep quiz, your personal deadline will fluctuate based on what? Okay, this is the one assignment where you have a personalized deadline. And the answer is the date I watch the play. Okay, we're going to build on this information. Question number 2. So when is your theatrical critique writing prep due? Is it due 1 week after, on the date Canvas tells me, at the end of the semester, or no answer text provided? The answer is 1 week after I watch the performance. So The date you watch the play determines when it's due. And very specifically, it is due 1 week after you watch the show. Select the elements you could evaluate for your theatrical critique. You can evaluate acting or playwriting or directing or lighting design or sound design. I don't actually want your feedback on the story. The story, you can respond to it, but what you are evaluating is the craft. So if you're thinking about the story, I would challenge you to instead think about the playwriting, which go and look at the module, but that's going to deal with the words that are spoken, the way the plot is revealed, the structure of the experience, lots of things. So these are the right answers. Question number 4, you will need to do some research. You're going to go back to the last page, find the play. What play do you plan to see? So you're just going to tell me the name of the play. So, for example, if I went here and I wanted to see something at Orlando Family Stage, I am going to look at their shows and events. I'm going to look at now playing. Let's see what's happening here. Now this is Ho, Yo Ho, Ho, Let's Go. It plays January 24th through 22nd. Let's see. We've got show times. There's a 2 p.m. and a 3:30 p.m. So I might say I'm seeing Yo Ho Ho, Let's Go. Okay, so let's go back to that quiz. Where'd the quiz go? Ah, there we go. So we're back to the quiz. Yo ho ho, let's go. What is the production theater company and where will you be seeing it? Okay, so what is the production theater company? It is Orlando Family Stage. So I'm going to write down Orlando Family Stage. And I don't need to write down anything else. Actually, I'm going to give the address here because that's the building. Great. Okay, how much is your ticket? I don't know how much my ticket is. Let's find out. So if I want to buy this ticket, I want to go to the 2 p.m. show on January the 24th. I am an adult. My ticket's going to be $20. And does it look like there's any fees? There's probably going to be fees. But I'm okay with $20 right now. Okay, so I'm just going to write $20. What is the time and date of the play you plan to see? I'm going to see this on January 24th at 2 p.m. Can I copy that? I can't copy that. All right. We're going to type that out. There we go. Based on the date, when is the exact date your theatrical critique writing prep is due? So I'm going to take a look at a calendar, and I said January 24th is when I'm seeing the play, which means my critique is due on January 31st. All right, and then I'm going to submit that quiz. So that is how you answer these. You don't have full scores yet because These are not yet graded. All right. So I hope that this video has been helpful in letting you know what I'm looking for in this quiz. And I look forward to learning what shows you are planning to see. All right. Bye.